Let's stay with the ACC as we look toward Saturday's play with Wake Forest taking on Clemson. The Deacons really with their first meaningful game against a big opponent, played Florida State rather well. The Auden Tate touchdown with about 50 seconds left to play sends them to their first loss. They go to Clemson. Maybe they're able to play a Boston College kind of effort when it was 7-7 with about 10 or 12 minutes left to play and hang with the Tigers. But other than that, I think this Clemson team's playing about as complete a game week to week as anybody in the nation.
I think you're right. Outside of Alabama, there's two elite teams in college football right now, and the Tigers are the other one. Right now, they're 21.5-point favorites Saturday. Wake Forest really needs to slow it down if possible. I thought BC did a good job, at least for 3 quarters, of at least manning Clemson, toe-to-toe at line of scrimmage. Not sure Wake can do that, man. Seeing Clemson's defensive line, it's better than Alabama's, definitely the best in the country. They've got 2 first-round picks right now on there, and then another guy who'll be a first-round pick in 2019. So Clemson's loaded right now. That's a game that if Wake can somehow win the turnover battle, it'll be close. But Kelly Bryant and the Tigers right now are rolling.
We're online with Brad Crawford. You can catch his work at CBS Sports and also 24/7 Sports. He writes nothing but college football, and that's why we love having him right here to break it down at week 6. And here's my thought on the Kelly Bryant situation. It almost seemed like going into that Auburn game that Dabo Swinney so much trusted his running game and more so his defense with the 11 sacks that they pulled off against Jarrett Stidham to say, Kelly Bryant, you don't need to win the game. We're this good on defense. We can beat that good of a team 14-6. We'll let you develop. And before the Francois injury at Florida State, thinking, okay, we've got 7 or 8, 9 weeks to get you ready for Florida State. But obviously things changed in the ACC. But what was really impressive, then they come out on the road against Louisville the next week, and he cut Bryant loose. And Kelly Bryant really showed that he could hit the passes down the field.
Yeah, he did it against Virginia Tech too. That's 2 quality road wins at night for a first-year starting quarterback. I told someone last night at the NC State Louisville game that it's hard to believe that Clemson loses to Deshaun Watson and now might be better than they were last season. That's a testament of how well Dabo is recruited. He's got 4- and 5-star guys that fit his scheme to a T, and right now they're kind of defined by that defensive front. But on offense, Clemson's almost just as good as they were last season. Kelly Bryant right now hasn't made a ton of mistakes that you would expect from a first-year starter. And you look at the remaining games for Clemson. I mean, the road game at Raleigh is NC State is probably the toughest game left.
Yeah, the defense has been really, really good for a few years since Brent Venables came in and cleaned things up and took what was talent, but a lot of blown coverages and guys that weren't really invested in tackling and really cleaned it up to make it most of the time an elite defense. But it's almost like they've taken another step where they're not going to have those kind of letdowns like they've had in the past against Pitt and Florida State, those understandable against that kind of talent. But Clemson reaching that Alabama status as a defense apparently this season.